Hello, everyone, and welcome to Module 4. This module has a title as a question, and I'll repeat it now. What do you have that cannot be lost? Think about it. You'll find out that the answer is nothing. Everything you own can be lost. So, knowing that, what are you doing about that risk? The risk of loss. If you lose your life, what will it mean to your family? What will it mean to the goals you've set aside? You want your children to go to school, you want your wife to be taken care of, you have an elderly parent. If you lose your job today, what does it mean to all of these people? If you lose your ability to work and earn a living, what does it mean? If you lost your ability to think rationally, what does it mean to all of these people? Or what will it mean to them? So in this model, we'll be looking at risk. How have you hedged against the risk of loss? What have you put in place? Are you living life in the moment? You're taking a huge risk. And I say to you today, there's something called a risk plan. This plan says, for every asset I have acquired, for every asset I have, I will put a risk plan in place just in case I lose it. I know Nigerians are the very first people to say, I will never do insurance. Insurance companies are this, insurance companies are that. In short, I won't do insurance again. Insurance is scam. While they are busy speaking all of that language, the risk is going to crystallize if you are not careful. While they are busy speaking all of that language, the risk is waiting. The risk doesn't go away. If you don't use insurance to hedge against risk, look for something that you can use. And while we're on this subject, let's talk about your assets. I gave a question today when we were talking about revenue. And I said, list your assets, your top 15 assets. And several people got back to me and said they didn't have up to 15 assets. And I said, look very well. You will find out that you have. Your most important asset is your asset of life. You also have your asset of good health, of mind, good health, of body. You also have experience, your ability to think, your ability to sing, your ability to write, your ability to speak. You have worked in a particular organization for 13 years, 10 years, 5 years. That's an asset. You can speak multiple languages. That's an asset. You know your culture and tradition. That's an asset. Now, all of these assets, what are they doing for you? What are you even doing with them? Have you converted them to revenue? Are they convertible? And if they are, what happens when anything impairs those assets? What's going to happen to your ability to earn from them? So this model is saying to you, evaluate your risk. You spend so much money to acquire an asset, for instance. So let's say you spent 4 million to buy a car. I notice you don't have any policy in place to protect the car against theft or against accident. Or you spent 15 million to build a house and it's not insured. You have families and friends dependent on you and you did not insure your life. You are working, the job you are doing has high hazard. You didn't insure yourself against it. You spend a lot of money buying goods and stocking up a shop, and you did not insure you didn't insure the shop. You didn't insure the goods in it. You live beside a filling station. There's no insurance on your house. Well done, sir. Well done, ma. The day that risk crystallizes, you will understand the meaning of original win. Please, please, and please again, you cannot have a financial plan in place without a risk plan. When you sit with your financial planner, in fact, a risk plan is critical. We cannot be talking about financial planning without a risk plan. You must hedge against risk. If you don't hedge against risk, it just tells me that you have enough money to pay off any losses. So if you don't want to protect yourself against a loss, I know then that you have money somewhere that can pay off that loss if it does happen. If you know you don't have limitless funds, please get a risk plan in place. It's not optional, it's critical. And if you're at a loss on how to do this, you send me a message at the end of the training. We'll have a conversation. And yes, I'll give you a discount. In fact, we'll plan towards having the conversation. See you in the next model. Bye.